Hang on, people. I'm laughing my ass off looking at some of these videos, some of these comments, man. I'll tell you, man. It's funny the spectrum of. I got some really great viewers that really give some good thought provoking comments and constructive comments, and that's one side of it. And then on the other side, you got the crazy, freaking just really out there people. And somewhere in the middle is people that's just kind of like they watch and they don't comment a lot. And, I might get a like, or every once in a while it'll be good job, or, something. But man, I'll tell you, some of these comments on this, on Mr. White and my thing is just freaking hilarious. So anyway, it's funny. So Mr. White, if you didn't watch that video to where he told me I was stolen valor, I kind of looked at my 214. I kind of went, man, I wonder what could give him that impression. It's not like I put on there that I freaking saved the president's life or something. I mean, to me, it looks like a pretty mundane 214. But anyway, so I would look at it, I go, well, actually it is incorrect because it doesn't have my meritorious service. Let me see, I got that. So when I got out of the military back in 95, it says, General Ingersoll, which is usually I'd say that's just some one star that signed it and I didn't know him. But I actually knew this guy. He was a good guy. I knew him when he was a colonel, when he was wing commander, and he used to certify our dogs. In the military, you have to certify your drug and bomb dogs to make sure they're accurate. Civilians don't do that shit, which is why they can just say, my dog alerted. It doesn't matter when they don't find things. If we get alert and we don't find things, it goes against our record. And if we don't, for a bomb dog, if you don't maintain a 95% accuracy rate, you're decertified and we can't use you. And if you don't maintain a 90% on the drug dogs, you can't use you. So it gives that negative benefit to go out there just saying, yeah, my dog alerted and I never find anything. But anyway, we used to have to certify our dogs under the wing commander because he would issue the warrants and he would sign warrants if we wanted to search warrants. So since he was the issuing authority, he had to certify the dogs because when they were probable cause, I mean, that's just the way the military does. So anyway, when you retire, they give you a medal, but the medal doesn't come in until like your retirement date, and then it's not on your 214. So this isn't on my 214. And so when I'm looking at it, and down here it just tells whatever. I mean, it says that I helped out the Navy guys, whatever. So here, and this is why I hate the freaking VA and the government. I mean, it's just absolutely. So I Googled, how do I change my 214 to get that meritorious service added to it? And if it added to it, they'll send me a new one. And then just for me, I want to know the difference between the one that was issued to me in 95 and what they look like today, to see if maybe this guy who may have seen a new 214, maybe he's just an idiot, doesn't know how things change in the military. But whatever. I mean, look, I don't hate this guy that sent me that email. I mean, he's kind of a freaking idiot and he pisses me off because he's making unsubstantiated allegations. But so I go here and I go, okay, how do I change this? So it says, oh, go here, collecting service status, leave the VA site and go here. So I click here and I go here. And then when I go here, it says the National Service Record Center is closed, except for emergencies. Well, I'm thinking adding my medal to my DD-214 in an emergency. What exactly does all the people that used to work here do if they're not freaking working? So then it says correcting your military service records. You got to go here, and then you have to click this form here to correct your military records. So I click that form, and it takes me here. And it says, if you get this message, it'll change. If it doesn't, you've got the wrong Adobe. So you have to update, download here just to get the form in order to upgrade, to send it to an office that is freaking closed for the coronavirus and the VA can't help you. I mean, this is the shit that vets go through. I mean, this is just, I'm just like, Jesus freaking Christ. And if you think this is bad, these poor fuckers who are out there who got hurt or need medical attention and need fucking help, go to the VA. They get 20 times the runaround just that I just showed you. And that's why people in the VA hate the VA and the government. And anybody that works in government should understand that government is an incompetent fool. But anyway, let me get back to these comments. So on the, and again, you can't see, I can expand this, but then I don't know if you can read it. But over here, I can tell which video you're commenting on. So when I read a comment, I glance over here and look at the thumbnail. and I don't know, nobody's commented yet, or I haven't seen it, but I kind of poked my thumb in the eye of Black Rifle Coffee because I got this headline and I changed it and said Black Rifle Coffee sponsors him. And that was my headline that I kind of just put in there because Mr. Evan was so concerned that somebody might think they sponsored him. I thought it was kind of funny to poke my finger in his eye. But, Rick, you shouldn't do that. That's not fair. That's fake. Whatever. You know what? He's so damn concerned they're sponsoring him. I thought it was funny to put that misinformation out there for the enemy. But anyway, I'd hate to have Evan next to me in a gunfight. And that's kind of my impression of him too, man. He may be a good dude, but man, he seemed a little, couldn't make a decision, didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I don't want to shoot anybody because they might bleed and I might hurt them, and maybe I can offer him a cup of coffee and we can be friends. I mean, no shit, I'm with you here. Some people took a hardcore, hey, I never tried Black Rifle Coffee, now I never will. I mean, some of you guys really took a stronger stance to where they're mud. I mean, look, I'm not a big fan of this guy. Coffee's pretty good. I don't have to live or die for coffee. I mean, I don't care what the coffee is. If it's got a little smell and a little taste, I'm okay with it. So I hate freaking Starbucks because they're left wing anyway, but their coffee tastes like shit on top of that. But, I'm not to the point that I want to shut the company down and I want to hurt them so bad because the CEO's kind of a weasel and a dickhead. Yeah, he makes decisions, but there's probably a lot of vets there that may not agree with him, and they can't say nothing because they need a job or they have a job. And he employs a lot of vets. So I'm just not, to me, this isn't a make my stand on a hill, I'm going to screw Black Rifle Coffee, never buy and trash them and want them dumped. But I respect anybody's right to do that. Just like, I hate freaking Starbucks and I don't like people that support them because they're left wing. But if you want to go drink Starbucks coffee, it's freaking America. Go drink Starbucks coffee. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not saying somebody that doesn't want to do it is bad. I'm just saying that's kind of where I stand. This isn't now the Vaseline commercial on the Black Lives Matter. To me, that was a huge attack on our democracy, on anybody that was white, on anybody that supports America, our founders, our country, our way of life. That was a huge just insult to me. And I will never buy Vaseline. Now, that's something that just really hit home. And somebody may say I'm hypocritical because this is worse than that or whatever. I mean, everybody's got their own hill they got to stand on. I didn't know this. The My Pillow guy gave Kyle $1 million. And Silver Spoon's Ricky Schroeder, I don't know who that is. Oh, Silver Spoon. Was that a TV show? Or did he make? I thought Ricky Schroeder was like on a TV thing. Spoons. Silver Spoons? That wasn't a show he was on, was it? Kicked in a shitload of money to get him out of jail. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know Rogan interviewed him. Rogan usually does pretty good interviews. I haven't watched him in a while. I just don't have time. But since he interviewed him, when I go out and do my walk, I'll throw that podcast in. I was wondering if he was more clear there on Rogan than he was in these other two. Looks like a snake, or wiggles like a snake. Must be a snake. No step on snake. Now see, this is where the difference between me is a rational thinking, decent person that makes a point. He's talking about Tulsi Gabbard, not Gabbard Guilford. Guilford was one that was shot in the head. So I got that wrong. And this guy corrected me. But he didn't correct me as an insult or there's other people that will say, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Guilford is the one that was shot in the head, not Gabby. You don't know what the fuck. Why don't, and those guys, I just block. You're not being constructive. You've obviously got some other issues. You want to find a reason to lash out. And look, I give people reasons to lash out, man. I got no problem with you lashing out. I just don't want to give you a platform to lash out at me, so I have to read and waste all that negative energy on you. That's why I block people. You block people and you believe in freedom, you're just as bad as copy tube and censorship. No, it's not. I want to make my comments constructive to where people can read and learn and get educated and find out information and get different opinions. I don't want to make this a trash site to where everybody's just trashing everybody with no facts. you're a racist, you're a bigot, you're hateful, you love this, you hate that. These comments with no backing whatsoever, I just don't have time for that. So thanks for the guys that correct me in a decent way without making it personal. So this guy's Black Rifle Coffee burnt its bridges with patriots. I don't know if it burned it with all patriots. I don't think they did themselves any favors. But when you said burned a bridge, because I was a bridge burning fool throughout my life, and it hurt me a lot of ways. And I tell, I try to tell my nephew and other people that I give advice that, dude, you can make this decision, and you're probably going to burn a bridge, but you need to realize that that bridge sometimes will come back and bite you in the ass. Now, my motto, when I was fucking young, dumb, full of cum, and I was going through the ranks, and probably even today, my motto is, may the bridges I burn light the way for others to follow, because I don't give a shit. So when he said burn a bridge, I was like, man, I've burned some bridges and that shit come back and bit me in the ass. But you know what? It was my motherfucking bridge and I burned it. And that's the way it was. And you know what? I stand by it because I did it. If I burn a bridge, I believe the bridge ought to be burnt. But anyway. This guy sees him as he's a businessman, covers all the capitalism. I agree. He is kind of doing that. But to me, being a capitalist does not mean you have to throw away your values and morals and what you stand for. Okay? If I have to do a business to where I cannot be a person of integrity and stand for things that I believe in, then I just wouldn't be in that business, which is probably why I don't have a freaking business and I ain't making money like this guy Evan is. And I don't have freaking, cars and boats and planes and all this other shit. Because that's just not who I am at my core. Not saying I'm better than him. I mean, look, there's a lot of people say you're stupid. If you can make money just by keeping your mouth shut, you should keep your mouth shut. Well, to each his own. This shit was funny. I busted up. What is it about coffee and liberalism? I don't know why that struck me as so funny, but I'm busted up, and it's like, man, these fucking liberals, they get their little market on freaking, the internet and social media and coffee, and it's like they attach their tentacles to everything that makes America great, and then they ruin the freaking country with it. I just don't get it. Damn liberals. Oh, they just irritate. This guy says the love of money is root to all evil. See, money and power to me, very, very bad combinations. I mean, as a cop, I made good money. Well, I thought what was good money. I mean, somebody makes a whole bunch of money, thinks I was, working for peanuts. To me, 30, 40, 50 bucks an hour is good money. There's a lot of people that may think that's not good money. I think cops are way overpaid. But, I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. I took the money, and I'm sure cops and firemen are everybody, we deserve it. We're heroes. It's very dangerous. You know what? I never played that very dangerous. I should be making more money. I should be a millionaire. No more than I think the football players should be making millions. But you know what? It is what it is. See, the difference between football players and cops and firemen is their government, and they're paid by tax dollars. And people who we represent in our country are supposed to be fiduciaries of our tax dollars, and they're supposed to not spend it and waste it and squander it in order to make America great, so Americans can have more of their money, and they can enjoy freedoms, and they can enjoy the fruits of their labor that they work for, instead of the government taking it and doing stupid shit with it, like paying freaking the chief of police $400,000 a year retirement. San Francisco police chief, $400,000 a year retirement, and he don't even have to work 20 years. That's in his contract or her contract or its contract, whatever they're hiring now. When they get hired, if they only last 4 years as the chief, they get $400,000 a year for life. That's taxpayer waste, fraud, abuse. That's outrageous to me. Rick, you collect your money and you get taxes, so what about you? You know what? I paid into my retirement for a long time, and I bought money, and I put a whole bunch of money into my retirement, and the county matched my money that I put in, and that's why I have the retirement. I'm not taking tax dollars now to get my retirement. It's from what I paid in. They invested, the county contributed each month when I worked. Now, I'm not saying that the retirement system and the government is good by any means, but money and power, bad combination. And government, they always have both. Not only do they have both, they have the power to take money. If you think money and power is bad, you give somebody the power to take money, and it's really bad. And that's why government should always be looked at with a critical eye and always be held in check and always be looking at ways to shrink and minimize their power and control. then give them more. But you know what the hell do I know? Freaking shit. Hell, I'll lose a bet. Anyway, I didn't get this comment. If somebody can explain this, thanks Eli Schaefer for bringing this to attention accidentally. I don't get it. Did this scandal leak out some way? I don't even know how this thing started. I thought it started from him running out there with deniability. We didn't support him. And then I thought that's how it started. Maybe it started some other way. Dunkin' Donut just keeps their mouth shut, makes coffee and donuts. I agree, but I do remember there was a scandal with Dunkin' Donuts about something a few years back. I can't remember what it was, but there was something that they stepped on their pee-pee on. Mr. White has to sit down and pee. That was on the guy telling me I faked my 214. Okay, so this guy, white boy, I wonder if it's the same Mr. White. So this video was on the LA shooting where the guy had a tattoo on his neck, and I made a comment about tattoos and people that get tattoos on their face and neck. So white boy has a chip on his shoulder and wants to say, I wonder what you think about police officers who have tattoos. I think it's kind of BS and it's unprofessional, and they got sleeves. However, it's a free country. If they want to have tattoos, they can. But when cops used to have standards to where you had to pass physical standards and you had to look the part and you had to be able to fight and you had to be able to run and you had to do things, they didn't want you looking like a tattooed thug, and they didn't have tattoos. And that's back when I was coming up through the ranks and a cop for all my years. Now, it's hard to tell the cops from the thugs on who's got the more tattoos. Now, does that make a person good or bad? No, of course it doesn't. I've said many times in many of my videos that I've met a lot of felons with more integrity and honor than a lot of DAs that I've met. So the fact that you're going to come here and go, what do you think about police officers? Maybe they're criminals hiding behind a badge. I have a tattoo, but I don't have a criminal history. I guess in your eyes, you must think a criminal in order to get a tattoo. Look, dude, don't come here crying, playing a victim shit. That just doesn't play with me, okay? You obviously haven't watched enough to know that this bullshit doesn't play. I gave you a pretty decent comment because I didn't want to tell you you're a dumbass. I'm blocking you. You must be ignorant on who I am to make a statement. Go ahead and play the victim if that suits you. So that was my nice comment. If you come here crying again like a freaking pussy with tattoos about how everybody hates you and you're being uncut and people should reach across the then I'm just going to block your dumb ass. Okay? So we got that straight, white boy. Now we know where we stand. Chris gave me a good comment. Your thing is why I love the channel. Look, I really appreciate comments like that, but look, I'm not into you guys kind of, kissing my ass and, oh, Rick's great. Oh, man, we love you. I mean, look, I get it. Sometimes I say things that people agree with. It resonates, and they're like, yeah, man, you're right. And I do the same thing when somebody says something, and I'm not, like, kissing their ass. But, look, these comments like this, I mean, I don't think I'm anything, like, special or smarter or greater. I've got life experience in certain areas that has made me who I am and what I believe. And I put myself out here, and it's kind of a pain in the ass with the bullshit. But, you know what? I also get a message out, and I give somebody a voice, and maybe I can help somebody along the way. And I try to put things out there that people can use. I mean, if somebody thinks that I'm helping them, then I appreciate that. And if I can do some good, I mean, these YouTube channels that I do is, in a way, I'm dealing with a thing on my horse channel right now because I did a video on a girl, and evidently this guy Warwick Schiller, you guys who aren't horse people, he's kind of the, one of the trainers that are kind of highly respected. And he called and asked me to take down a video because he said he put the girl's video up as a training, and then I did a video on what he said, and he understands that, he put a video up and that people are going to talk and say it, but he feels bad for this girl and he wants me to take it down. And I'm kind of in a dilemma on whether or not I want to do that, because normally when somebody cries, I usually don't just take down the thing. If I think I'm being unreasonable, if I think it's really affecting and it's bad, and if everybody is hating and then I'll take it down. So I'm going through that dilemma, but these are things that kind of ethically, when I point out things, there's a lot of cops that are like, dude, man, you're getting cops killed because you're pointing out what they're doing. That don't fly with me. I don't believe that. Cops are getting themselves killed because of what they're doing. Me pointing it out is not getting them killed. So that doesn't work with me. And when horse people, when I crack on the women and they come here crying, they're abusing their horse and they're doing stupid shit. And then when I call them out on it, then they get a little backlash and they're like, oh, your video, I can't go to the grocery store and I'm scared now because of your video. You put it out there when you were abusing a horse, and now I point out your abuse and now you want to blame me. So that doesn't really fly. But my other side is I don't do this like to get people beat up or attacked or, to just be mean to people. So I'm always kind of juggling that agenda in these videos. And then sometimes I just do a video because I don't give a shit. And, and you've seen those too. This was a pretty interesting comment. A clear case of sheep in sheepdog's clothing. I kind of like that comment. Thanks, the children of men. Somebody put blackout coffee. It is. Is there a blackout coffee? Someone else put a bearded something veteran coffee comment. I've never heard of those two coffee places. I didn't know companies got breaks in businesses for hiring veterans. This guy says when he owned a business, he gets a tax breaks for hiring felons also. And I'm sure if they're giving you tax breaks for hiring felons, you're probably getting tax breaks for hiring minorities or women or the short bus, whatever the government or liberal left wants to push this week. Here's another guy that corrected me. Nope, Rick. Tulsi Gabbard is not the same woman you're thinking of. It's a different woman that got shot in the head. You're thinking of Gabby Guilford, who was shot. I looked her up, and I did get them confused, but I did put, and I don't know if it came up, in the video, I put a pop-up of who this woman is and how she was against guns. So I may have been wrong that she wasn't shot in the head, but I was right that she was anti-gun, and she wanted a ban on... She wanted background checks. She wants the gun hole loophole or the gun show loophole shit that they like to say. There ain't no freaking loophole. But basically, when they say the gun show loophole, they're talking about private sales. They don't want people to be able to sell things without the government because the government wants their cut. They don't want anybody. Government doesn't want any business conducted without them getting their cut. And private gun sales, the government is like, we're losing tax dollars. There's a lot of people that have guns, and we could be collecting taxes when they sell. In California, it's against the law to do a private gun sale. You have to take your gun to a freaking gun dealer. They have to hold the gun for a 10-day. You have to pay for a background check. You have to pay the gun store storage fees for those 10 days, and the government gets their cut on all that money. That's why they want the gun show loophole, so to say, taken out. They don't want people being able to sell without the government in your damn business. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, I didn't read this whole thing. I just figured out that, look, yeah, I got it. I got the wrong name. This is a good comment too. Assuming they are true pro-Second Amendment because of their commercials, would it be no different to assume Hollywood is pro-Second because of Rambo and Die Hard? Absolutely a great point. And if I gave the impression that just because they have good commercials, they must be conservative, I agree with this comment. Anybody can say anything, and it doesn't really tell who they are. To me, his interviews tell who he is a lot more than what his commercials do. Okay, so this guy Model says, hey, Rick, you'll never be a detective at this rate. So, again, is this a offhanded slight that you're full of shit, or is this kind of because he's a subscriber, I don't know how long, he's been subscribed 4 years, so obviously he knows me. So I don't know and I don't recognize, usually I recognize the name of people so I can kind of get a tone for what their comment is. So when I first read this, I'm like, who is this dude? I don't know this dude. I haven't seen a lot of his comments. You'll never make detective at this rate. Oh, so now I'm an idiot because I got something wrong? Hafer is a member of another group aside from the military. A lot of media type bankers, lawyers. Oh my God, are we going to get into Jews here? Hang on. Bankers, lawyers, politicians, intelligence, cyber, CIA, dual types are in this group. One of his co-founders, Matt Best. Is that a name? Or is a former CIA contractor? These are the very people I would want to know. I am enthusiastic gun owner, Second Amendment enthusiast. I definitely wouldn't want them to have my address, call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm never out of tinfoil. Okay, so after reading the full comment and kind of getting into his comment, I don't think he was trying to say call me see, people like to give these kind of be smart and call me an idiot on a sly. Like I said, they like to kiss you before they screw you. But, I mean, I'm not real sure what this comment is, but I think he's trying to say that I don't get it and all these guys are no good and I just don't get it. All right. They've always been giant douchebags. Okay, I'm not sure why. That's it. Screw Black Rifle. Giving to program recruit is not the whole. I agree. I think that is just outrageous. I mean, I would, if you want to offend me, call me a liberal or accuse me of giving money to liberal. That will offend me. I'll be like, you can kiss my ass, because that is the ultimate insult to me, because I just know how liberals are. Oh, I forgot I put Mr. Greenstein's shit. See, I put that in that video. I completely forgot about it till this comment. I'm pretty sure that's not Mr. Greenscreen. He lives in Arizona. So in that video where I put the donors, I was like, damn, that John Correa dude's giving a lot. Now, I still think ass is a liberal, never Trumper. But, you know, he leaves politics out and nobody knows where he stands. And to me, somebody that doesn't say where they stand, they're liberal. Because conservatives will say who they are. They don't give a shit. It is who I am. Liberals are always the one crying, we need to keep politics out. We shouldn't have to say, we should get along. We should reach. They're always the one complaining when politics come up because they want to hide who they are. To me, that's the biggest sign that a guy is a left wing if he doesn't say, I'm a freaking conservative. I don't like liberals. I don't like the left wing. If you can't say that, you're a freaking liberal. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Yankee, since I gave him shit on one of my videos, I can't remember what, his comment I deleted, and he left a comment, so I kind of gave him shit. Here, he makes a good point. He says, a business is absolutely free to hold and express whatever position they want, has a principal view. I agree. If Starbucks wants to be a left-wing, pro-left, supporting all the left, I think they can do that. Now, I think the people have the right to say, screw your anti-American, screw your anti-country. You want to do business here, I'll buy coffee somewhere else and put your ass out of business. The people are free to do that, and the business is free. And as Yankee says, however, that freedom comes with the possibility of public criticism once the mass of wishy-washy hypocrisy principles slips out. And I agree. You can say, that's why, look, man, I mean, there's a lot of people who are like, man, you need to get sponsors. There is not a lot of companies that want me to sponsor their shit because they don't want to be able to stand up and go, man, this guy, we can't control him. We don't know what he's going to freaking say because he's just going to call it like it is. So a lot of people don't want that. People that want sponsors, they want to control sponsors. The last thing I want is somebody coming here telling me, hey, man, we'll pay you, but you got to say what we say and you can't say this. I'd be like, you can kiss my ass. You can keep your money. I don't want your freaking sponsor. That's why I don't have sponsors. Okay. But Rick, you're going to be making money. And if you sold things that I really don't do this. Never did this to get rich. I get a little bit of money from YouTube on my things. You guys give me some clicks and likes. I got some viewers. Hey, I'm happy with that. I just wish YouTube would leave me alone and let me run a channel, but that ain't going to happen. He worked with the CIA and special forces. That automatically makes him a weasel because that's what the CIA likes is weasels. You know what? I don't know if this is true, but on face value, I would lean that this is more of a true statement than not. I don't think the CIA wants true meat eaters that are going to be fucking true Americans that are going to say, you know what? I ain't fucking doing your bull. This is fucking wrong. I don't think the CIA wants guys like that, but I could be wrong. If I ever see this fucking public, I'm going to bust his mug. This guy, no, you won't. Oh, shit. Now, this is, I want to see this fuck's 214. You know what? That would be good. And I thought this was, when I first read this, I was like, oh, this is on the guy that told me my 214. But it's not. He's talking about Evan, CEO of Black Rifle. Does he have his 214 posted? I mean, we don't, to me, that's kind of why a lot of people said you shouldn't put your 214 out there. I think it's public and I think they can get it anyway. And I just, again, on some things I have the philosophy, those who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. Now, there's some personal things that I don't want to put out there because there's a lot of weirdos, and I just don't want to subject, myself, my horses, other people that are associated either with me, family, whatever, to shit. So I kind of keep some things a little, hidden, and I keep a lot of things hidden because I don't want the government knowing. So there's a lot of things that I can't do videos on because when I put things up here, I know, I'm not a fool, I know that government knows whatever I put on freaking YouTube. It's on a freaking video. Either some little snitch is going to send it to them, or somebody's going to sit in office getting paid to watch and find shit. But anyway, I digress. This is a pretty good comment. I understand innocent until proven guilty, and that's how our system is supposedly set up on. Now we have video that kind of tips the scale. See, the theory behind innocent until proven guilty is when the redcoats were running and killing the colonists, they would put you in jail, they would steal your shit, they would take anything, they would quarter in your house, they would rape your women. They didn't care and they weren't held accountable. And you were guilty if the government or the redcoats said you were guilty. You had no rights. That's where this fundamental innocent until proven guilty come from. The government must prove and put a case in public with a jury of your peers. And they must convince that jury that you are guilty. And that's where the term guilty. Just because somebody commits a crime in front of me, I don't have to assume they're innocent. The innocent until proven guilty is for our judicial system making the government prove their case. As far as I'm concerned, tar and feathering and hanging in a public square is absolutely okay with me. Now, I'm not too much into mob justice, and that's the problem. The balancing scale when you get mob justice is, look, I'm for a community. You come into our community and you rape our children, you rape our women, you commit crimes, you shoot and you kill somebody in our community, and we catch you in the act, we're hanging your ass up. Done. No trial, no nothing. I don't give a shit. The problem with that is sometimes people will take that to, we didn't really see it, but we think it, and let's act like we did see it. And that's the balancing scale of, what's right and wrong. Anyway, there was some really great comments on here. I'm at 32 minutes. I didn't even get to all my freaking, where they called the dude, man, some of the comments on that dude that cracked about 214, man, was freaking funny. Oh my God. Go read those comments if you want to have some funny freaking video or funny comments. Anyway, I got to finish reviewing. You can tell I'm working my way down. So we'll end that there, and hopefully you got something out of this. And again, Black Rival Coffee, they're not dead to me, but their CEO is questionable at the least. All right, we'll end that there.